Well, what's happening, though, is are you aware of this sixth sense technology? Have you seen anything about that?
If you're referring
site,
to...
I think it's called TED.com, and basically what sixth sense technology is incorporating technology into your gestures, into your daily experience and being. And, you know, we're starting to turn ourselves into machines. We're becoming machines behind machines with machines, and whether that be the way that we think or the simplification of our language, I don't know, Chad. I just think that a lot of this stuff is scary, and perhaps we should acknowledge it as not being all peaches and cream.
I completely agree with that. In fact, I think the caveat behind it all is trusting the system that's running it, okay? As long as the system is for we the people, well, then system's not such a bad thing. I mean, I don't even mind being GPS tracked. Maybe I might need help or something, you know? I don't have a problem with that. As far as even with the privacy issue, that's all gone anyway. So I don't mind that, but when you start putting it in the hands of a system that doesn't seem to have the best interest in mind, yes, now it becomes a problem. And I'm in agreement with you that I do see that we're having a problem communicating anymore. Hell, I see it in myself. And I've been on Twitter for 2 years, 50-something thousand tweets, just like you, 40,000 something tweets. Yeah, we started
at the same time. You were one of my first friends, and we just maintained our own voice and grew in our own directions, but we have a similar essence and message for people, and that's to wake the fuck up.
And when you look at the amount of content, though, in the last couple of years that we've put out, that's several books worth of material, you know. I mean, just a lot of material that we're openly giving away. And I'm talking material that would be more valuable to someone looking to use it for their own benefit, much more than just your location. I mean, we're giving away our innermost thoughts in a lot of these cases, and I'm intentionally doing it because I want to connect with those other people who are thinking it too. And they're sitting there thinking, oh, this is just me, I'm crazy, I'm the only one thinking this. And, of course, I know they're not. And so I say what I'm thinking, and they go, hey, wait a minute. It's not just me. This guy over here is thinking it too. And he's not getting it from me. That's the part I really like. He's not getting it from me.
Are there any things that you do not discuss or you won't touch upon or you won't comment on?
Not so far. Not so far. I'm still looking. I'm looking.
You know what? I think that's beautiful. I think that's beautiful, and I think that, you know, see, for me, Twitter, only recently, only the past 4 months, I will say I've been tweeting for me because I needed to. I had no one to talk to, and I felt that regardless of what I said or did or shared, that my friends and readers would respect me and love me and value my opinions and encourage me to wake up. Because sometimes when your head is shoved very far up your ass, you become comfortable in the smell of your own shit.
That's
true. What was happening to me, and I needed help, and this was a place that I felt completely comfortable and completely free. But my reason for tweeting was never for me, it was for others. I wanted to present information that would make people think, make people laugh, make people cry, but ultimately just make people feel good about themselves and know that they're not alone and there's somebody out there that doesn't even know them that cares about them. And if there's anything that I could ever do, I cannot buy something for myself, but I could buy something for somebody else. I'm not good at being good to myself, but I am the best at being good to others. And call it altruism, call it being selfish, but the only thing that really fuels me in my life is helping others. So when I feel that I can no longer do that effectively, then that's when I'm going to stop tweeting. And that's what's been happening to me as of late, is I feel that I am not the tweeter that I once was. And it's upsetting to me, Chad, to be honest with you.
Upsetting how?
Because I know that I didn't lose myself, but I would like to find myself once again. Since the beginning, I've always felt good. And I never considered all of my research and finding things and preparing. I used to prepare probably for about 3-4 hours a day to do about 45 tweets, and I've never repeated myself. In over 41,000 tweets, I've never said the same quote twice or the same story or until about 4 months ago. And then I realized that I was starting to sound like a broken record, and the tweets really, once I looked at them from an objective perspective, I noticed that, well, I noticed some things that I didn't like about myself. I didn't like how I was feeling. I didn't like how I was thinking, and I didn't want to. I don't like being helped. I like to help others, and it's very difficult for me to accept help. I was always one of those people that fakes it until they make it, or I could play rugby and, really hurt my knee, but you would never know that my knee was hurt.
Right.
I would push it harder and make it appear that I was feeling great. And I was always able to turn pain and mania into genius, but since being depressed for reasons that are real and for reasons that are beyond the realm of my control, I haven't been able to share in the fashion that makes me comfortable. And right now I appear to myself to feel and be weak, and I don't like that.
I understand that. From an outside point of view, knowing you from Twitter and, having listened to you for this long, I don't personally see that, or I don't have that view even during the change of the content you put out, because you did make it more personal. You have let people into more of your life, more of the man rather than just the icon, and I don't know if that I don't think that makes you any less. I do see that you're changing the way you do things. Maybe it's a good way to reflect and look back on the changes, because I know I don't even want to read some of my stuff from 6 months ago. I've had the most challenging year of my entire life this year, and I, being a poet, run my mouth quite a bit and do it freely on Twitter, and I have not held much back or anything back at all. And I wouldn't want to look back and relive or remember. I don't want to put those things back together.